Question tags. Okay, in English, there is a technique that we can use in order to make sentences into questions. This involves adding a short question to the end of the sentence. To do this, we take either the verb to be or a question word like do or did, or the helping verb sometimes, but right now we're going to concentrate on to be and do or did, and then we form a short question. So, for example, we are happy, aren't we? They are funny, aren't they? You are done, aren't you? He is stupid, isn't he? Okay, we could also do these the opposite way. For example, we aren't happy, are we? They aren't funny, are they? Etc. So what you do is you add a question with the opposite meaning. So if it's positive, negative. If it's negative, positive. We are happy, aren't we? They are funny, aren't they? So, in these few examples, the formation is quite easy. We make a short question that expresses the opposite of the original sentence. These questions were all with some form of the verb to be. This is the easiest way to form question tags. Now, when we have other verbs, instead of to be, we need to use a different verb. It's a little bit more difficult. In this case, we need to use the verb to do, okay? If we only have one verb in the sentence and it's not to be, we need to use the verb to do. So in the present, do, in the past, did, okay? For example, we like dogs, don't we? They eat too much, don't they? He hates Lady Gaga's music, doesn't he? I love ice cream, don't I? We conjugate this verb based on the sentence, and as always, the question tag expresses the opposite of the sentence. In the past tense, everything is the same except for the tense, of course. So some examples with the same sentences as I just did would be, we were happy, weren't we? They were funny, weren't they? You were done, weren't you? He was stupid, wasn't he? We liked dogs, didn't we? They ate too much, didn't they? He hated Lady Gaga's music, didn't he? And I loved ice cream, didn't I? So with all of these that I've done, almost all of them, it's been a positive sentence with a negative question tag, okay? You can do the other way. If I want to make a positive sentence stronger, okay, or reinforce that positive sentence, I'm going to start with it, okay? For example, I speak English, don't I? I speak English, don't I? If I want to express the opposite, okay, that I don't speak English, I would say, I don't speak English, do I? I don't speak English, do I? So you can do either way. It just depends on what you want to say, okay? So, which is basic. You're going to use the basic sentence that you were already going to use, and you're just going to add the opposite question tag. So this is the same for all tenses. We form these in the same way for all tenses. When we have a helping verb in the sentence, it will become the question tag verb, okay, instead of do, instead of to do. Some examples: can, could, would, and should, okay? An example with can would be, I can swim, can't I? Opposite, I can't swim, can I? I could go to the store, couldn't I? I could go to the store, couldn't I? I would, let's see, I would like to go to Rome, wouldn't I? I would like to go to Rome, wouldn't I? It's kind of strange. And with should, I should do my homework, shouldn't I? I should do my homework, shouldn't I? So you can, when you have the helping verb, you can still form a question tag, but you're going to use this helping verb instead of to do, instead of to be, okay? Only when you have a helping verb, like these can, could, would, should, etc. All right, so this is a pretty basic rule, pretty straightforward. It's not too complicated. There is one exception, okay? Only one exception, which is pretty good for English. Okay, so if I am talking about I, okay, me, I, and I'm using the verb to be. If I start it with a negative sentence, for example, I am not Canadian. I am not Canadian. The question tag is normal. I am not Canadian, am I? I am not Canadian, am I? But if we start it in a positive way, for example, I am smart. I am smart. Okay? We need to use a different verb in the second half of the sentence. Okay? So it will be, I am smart, aren't I? I am smart, aren't I? Okay? I know this is strange, but this is how we say it in English. Am and not form a word in English that is ain't, which is not, we don't use it. It sounds very bad. It's kind of like a slang word. So instead of using ain't, which we don't want to use, we use aren't. I am smart, aren't I? I'm tired, aren't I? I am hungry, aren't I? Okay, so like I said, this is the only exception, and it only refers to I, okay, in the positive. I am smart, aren't I? I am hungry, aren't I? I am good, aren't I? I am a good teacher, aren't I? Etc. That's the only exception. If you have any questions about that exception, I know it's kind of confusing, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions about this, let me know down below, and I will respond as soon as I can. I hope this helps you understand question tags, because I know they're a little bit confusing in English. All right, so I hope this helps, and I will see you next time. Bye.